Okay, Davey. So right now we're recording, and I got Davey Sterritt on the line from Athens, New York. He's a privateer rider, and Davey, you're getting prepared. You've been doing the arena cross for a long time. You've had your pro supercross license for quite a few years, haven't you, Davey?
Yeah, I got my outdoor license in 2006, and I think by 2008 or 2009 I had my Supercross endorsement. They did it a little different back then, but I've had it off and on. Some years are better than others. Injuries, lack of money, just certain things pop up, and you just can't afford to compete. But the last 5 or 6 years, I've been going at it pretty steady. This year, the end of last year, I broke my wrist over the summer and came back from that, and then broke my collarbone in October, getting ready for the indoor stuff. So I came back from that just in time to hit the opener for Arena Cross in Cincinnati, and did a few rounds of the Amsoil Arena Cross series, and now we're getting ready to go do a handful of Supercross, the East Coast Supercross, but I'll be riding the 450. So I'm excited. We'll see how it goes. I enjoy riding my bike, and I'm 30 years old, and I know that in the near future I'm going to have to kind of accept the fact that I'm no longer able to compete at the pro level, and I'm just going to be a vet guy. But for right now, I'm going to go out and have my fun and see where I stack up with the best guys in the country.
So, Davey, what keeps a guy like you going? You just said you're 30 years old. You've been doing it a long time. You enjoy riding. What keeps your passion going day in and day out and traveling across the country and living that privateer life? What keeps that drive? What keeps you getting out of bed and doing it?
I think it's just a love for the sport. I'm a really fortunate guy. My dad and my older brother got me into riding dirt bikes at a real young age, and I just found a passion for it. And the Lord gave me a talent to do it. And never, I mean, I guess in some people's scorecard, I've never really set the world on fire, but I've achieved just about everything I've ever set out to do, and it's just fun. It's fun competing with the best guys in the world and in the country, anyways. And it's just a love of the sport, and I have a lot of good people behind me. I mean, INEC Cycle Shop, Faith Culture, Bullcross, Racing Gear, the First Choice Plumbing and Heating. The list just goes on and on. I mean, I have a lot of friends that have pulled, $20 out of their pocket and said, "Hey, man, you put this towards gas or whatever, man. Buy a couple Gatorades or whatever you need this weekend." So it's really, even though that the sport of motocross and supercross is kind of a soul sport. It's one individual on a bike. Nowadays, in today's day and age, it's definitely a team sport. I don't really see anybody out there doing it 100% on them, by themselves. Either people are helping out with money, funding, whatever it is. It's very rare that you see an individual doing it totally on their own. It's not that easy to compete at the professional level.
So, Davey, you mentioned earlier that $20. So, whether it's $20, $10, $50, those dollar figures like that. That's a big deal to a privateer, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, it's tough. At times you kind of feel like, if you put it out there, nowadays with social media and stuff, this year I kind of hit it pretty hard. Just saying, "Hey, listen, this is what I'm doing. Anybody that's interested, if you want to contribute, great. But it's borderline begging, but the squeaky wheel gets the grease. If you don't ask, then people don't know where you're at. But absolutely, $10, $20. I mean, it helps you get down the road. Whether it buys you lunch or a little fuel in the truck, or a pack of Taros. I mean, there's always something that needs funding.
Awesome. No, I totally agree with you. So you're getting ready for Atlanta. You actually missed you missed a couple of East Coast rounds, and but you're getting geared up here to go to Atlanta. So Are you pretty pumped for it, man? Are you on fire? Are you sleeping and eating it and then waking up thinking about it all week?
Yeah, riding the 450 class, it's one race. It's one series. So the East Coast versus the West Coast thing. I kind of, as a privateer, that's kind of the nice thing. You kind of can pick and choose your battle. Obviously, we're not in it for the season points because we just can't afford to do the 17 rounds. But that's what kind of makes it nice being a privateer. I kind of call the shot, and I try to do what I can to keep my sponsors happy, but most of my sponsors help me out, are realistic and know the funds I have and know that I can't do all 17 rounds. So
Right.
I didn't make the trip to Minneapolis. I just wasn't ready. So we figured we'd hit it in Atlanta, and then we're going to do Toronto and Daytona for sure. We're going to try to get to Detroit, and we're going to try to get to Indy, but those are question marks. And then we're going to finish the season off in New Jersey at MetLife Stadium, hopefully the hometown race. But yeah, I'm excited. It's my first time racing the 450, so we really don't know where we're at. We could be surprise ourselves, or we could leave Atlanta going, okay, we got to work on a few things. We were a little bit slow this weekend, so it's going to be fun, and that's why I think most individuals get into the sport of motocross, supercross, racing, dirt bikes in general. You get into it, it's fun. And then I think your view sometimes, you get so focused on winning championships or winning races that you can really, and I've done it. I've done it. I've focused so much on winning races that it's kind of taken the fun out. But sometimes if you can kind of focus back in on the fact that we do this for fun, and if you get to the level like a Ryan Dungey or Eli Tomac, then it's a job. Your team expecting you to go out and put up the results and win races, and I'm not at that point. Like I said, there are some benefits to being a privateer. I call the shots, and it's I'm basically, again, I want to reiterate that at 30 years old, I'm in it because it's for fun, at this point. But I have good sponsors that I want to put in 110%. I want to do my best, but being able to pick and choose is, I think it's a benefit of the privateer.
Right. For like you were saying about you do it for fun. When you go to a place at an arena cross or a supercross, you want to do your best, but what is a realistic goal? What is, obviously everybody wants to make the night show, everybody wants to make the main event, but do you have a level of satisfaction if you, is there something that you kind of set a goal for yourself? I mean, obviously you want to do the best you can, but is there something that's always on your mind when you show up at a race?
Yeah, I mean, I think from year to year, maybe, the goals might change a little bit, but you start out as a little kid. At least I did. I started out as a little kid, and the goal was to turn pro, right? And I reached that goal. So the next thing was to, not only do I want to turn pro, but I want to put up good results. And it seems like every year that passes, it gets harder and harder. The competition just gets more and more. It just gets harder every year, just a little bit harder. But my high watermark, I reached that last year in Supercross. I made 4 out of 5 night shows, and before that, I made 1 or 2 night shows. That's all I've ever made. So this year, we jumped up to the 450 class. The lap times are pretty comparable. When you get around, I think 35th, 36th, 37th, 38th, in that 40th spot. I think if you look at both lap time sheets for 250 and 450, those lap times are generally pretty comparable. So that's the goal. The first goal is to get there and make it into the night show, and then you made the night show. The next goal is to you're looking to get into the main event, which is it's a little bit tougher of a nut to crack. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But I think as individuals, we all have a high watermark, our own personal high watermark. You know, and in some days you achieve it, and you bring that high watermark up, and then there's days where you just struggle, whether it's the track or the bike setup or whatever it might be.
That's awesome, Davey. And Davey, I know you have a motocross academy you do, CRS Motocross Academy that you do. You train a lot of different kids, and you're a part of that program. And I know you're probably out there helping a lot of different people out with your experience, and on top of it, you're involved in what you want to do.
Yeah. I mean, I think I've kind of reached a transition in my life, where I'm like, okay, how can I keep doing this sport? How can I stay in the sport more or less? Like I said, not that once you reach 30 or 35 that you necessarily have to, exit from the professional level. I mean, if you're willing to put the time in and you can stay healthy and you can compete at that level, then that's great. And honestly, I'm kind of right there alongside Chad Reed. Some guys, Ryan Villaporo and Ricky Carmichael, they just got to a point where they said, I had enough. And I don't know how they did it. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm going to continue to ride, and if I can compete at this level, I don't see why not.
Right.
It's fun. And
yeah, for sure. That's awesome, man. That's very cool. What are the toughest things of being a privateer? I mean, obviously I know, but for the audience listening out there in the world, what are the toughest things about being a privateer and making it down that road?
I think not having enough time, again, the sport seems to evolve, every year, just a little tougher and a little tougher. And now, I think for a privateer guy, there's just not enough time in the day to fit practicing in and training in and working your day job to keep the bills paid. So I think time is a huge factor, not having enough of it.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Well, Davey, I don't want to take any more of your time. I know that you're out there in upstate New York in a cold garage getting your bike ready. You're a one-man show. I mean, obviously you have people helping you out, but you're out there turning wrenches by yourself, trying to get that bike ready for the Atlanta Supercross. I guess I just ended. If you got anybody you want to thank out there, a dad or anybody you want to throw out there before we end this call so you can get back to work, that'd be great.
Yeah, man. First and foremost, I gotta thank the good Lord Jesus Christ. If it wasn't for Him, I couldn't do what I do. He's given me the talent, and I love the guy, and I can't thank him enough for just everything, man. Keeping me healthy, and like I said, the talent, and just watching over me not only at the track, but we put in a lot of miles traveling. So the good Lord Jesus Christ, definitely number one. My mom and dad, my brother, my sisters, my girlfriend, all my sponsors. I have so many people help me out. Man, I could be here all night listing them, but they know who they are.
Yep.
Ionesis Cycle Shop, Faith Culture, Bullcross, First Choice Plumbing and Heating, Kid Transportation. The list just goes on and on. And
yep.
I just can't thank all these people enough. Other than that, I mean, it's going to be a fun weekend in Atlanta. We got a handful of Faith Culture boys out there. I want to give a shout out to the 657 and the 357, I believe, or the 675. I'm sorry. He's going to kill me, but Kyle Dillon and Josh Hernandez, we're gonna be a team, man, and we're gonna push each other. And if I see something on the track that I think I can help them with, I'm going to let them in on the secret, and vice versa. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun time.
That's awesome, man. That is totally awesome. Well, Davey Sterritt out of Athens, New York, we appreciate it, and we love you, man. Judy and I are sitting here just enjoying visiting with you, and Godspeed to you. We hope you have a safe trip to Atlanta, and we'll be watching live timing, man. We'll be with you in spirit.
All right. Well, I hope I keep you guys or make you guys proud. You guys took a chance on me, and I hope I can repay the favor, man. I definitely want to give a big shout out to Faith Culture. You guys are one of my biggest sponsors, and I can't thank you guys enough.
Well, Dave, we appreciate that very much, and we appreciate you, man. And we'll let you get back to working on that dirt bike and get some sleep tonight, man.
Will do.
Okay, Davey, good talking to you, man.
Have a good night.
All right, you too. Bye.
Bye.